Well, today is a day to start putting the new pond pump and filter together. This is just a homemade filter. I've decided to make one to the way I think is the best for cleaning the water, but gives me an adequate flow, not only for the water going back into the pond clean, but also for the maximum that the UV filter will take, because there's no point in flushing water through a UV filter at speed, because it's not going to get clean. So you need to regulate the flow through the UV filter, which determines the flow for your filter. So on here is basic old waste bin, which I found in the street some months ago, well, last year, and I've kept till now. It's got a feed going in, which is here. As you noticed, I've used rubber connectors because I don't like gluing anything together. Everything has to be simple to be put together and simple to take apart. And down here the same again, it's all just rubber connectors. This is going to be the drain where all the dirty water will come out. Inside is, as you see, a basic bin. I've got the pipe there for taking the water off the bottom and pulling it up and putting it into the pond. Inside of here will go this. This is just 2-inch pipe which has been fixed to one of these cheap and simple strips that you can buy, and that'll stand on the bottom. Now, because it's so far down into the pond, into the bin, should I say, I've had to come up with a way of getting this in. So I've got a bit of bamboo, and on the bamboo got a hook. So it's basically hooking it in onto here and then just dropping it into the pond. So if I hook it on there, basically that just hooks on, slides down into the pond, into the bin. The hook just comes off, and now that is solid. And all the material can be put on top of that, which would be the materials out of this pond, which is the Alpha Grog and K1, and everything else will go into there. And if we have a quick look in here, you can see the water's clean. These tubs I've had for many years now. And this one just does a fine filtering before it goes into the water again. So basically these two will be put into this one, which will make it cheaper to buy the materials for, and it will also be easier to clean and easier to keep going. You don't need expensive filters. All you need is the water to flow into somewhere like this, go through all the media and come out of there and clean. And I found bins do the job just as well as anything else. In fact, sometimes they do a better job. This was simple to put together. I think it cost about £20 for the cost of the parts altogether, and then the cost of the piping, which was pretty cheap. I got all the piping from Discount Leisure Products. I got the tap down there, which is basically for turning the water flow up or down, depending on the flow through the UV. The most important part of this is obviously the UV. You must get the flow right. You don't want it too fast, else it's not going to clean the water. So that's got to be spot on. For this filter, I'm going in through the top. The water flows in, filters down through the materials to the bottom, and then goes up through the pipe and comes out the side and back into the pond. I found this to be a better system. You can take it into the bottom and then have it to come out the top, but I found that way the filters retain all the sludge too long and can cause the pond to just darken, really, just doesn't look clean. Where this way you're on top of it, because you can change the top filter material and wash it every other day or every month or however long it needs to be done. So now it's just a question of connecting all this up to the UV filter, and off we go. I will of course put another pipe onto here for an overflow, and this pipe off here will have holes in it and will go underneath the soil to feed the plants with water. It's working fine. As I've said, I don't like using glue on anything. This is just put in there with clips and rubbers, and basically everything I've done on the pond is clips and rubbers. I've never liked using glue, because glue means that if something goes wrong, you've got to take all the glue off to get the pipe off or to renew it. And if you use rubbers, you can just unhook a rubber and just hook another one on, and off you go. The fish are doing fine today. I was trying to count the number of fish I had in the pond. I did have 21 in here, but one died through the winter. No idea why. I scraped it and everything, not a thing on it, so I just presume it was old age with it. Well, so there we have it then. An old bin picked up from beside a skip, cost me nothing. Piping and adapters from Discount Leisure Products, which I explained what I was doing and they told me exactly what I needed. Cost me about 15 to 20 pounds, I think. And then the cost of the piping, that's a flexi pipe, which was very cheap anyway, about 10 pounds or something. So for about 30 pounds I have a fully working filter system. The inside of the filter I've built up the same as a Baki shower, so it's in 3 layers. Nothing separating the layers, just the material on each to build 3 layers. So I want to see how that goes for filtering the water and keeping the water clean, and then I'll try a different way if that doesn't work. It's all a question of experimenting until you get the exact thing you want, but for now it's working fine. The old bins, which you can see there, I've got 2 of them. I will strip them down and they'll be used for vegetables. If you see over here, I've got one there which is full of potatoes, so that should have potatoes from the top to the bottom. Again, it's cost me nothing. just potatoes that had just gone off, put in some soil and put in one of the bins. So that will be giving me, I hope, a lot of potatoes in the next few weeks. And I've got cucumber plants in another one of the bins, which, because it's round, is easy just to cover up at night if I need to, if there's a frost. So these two bins, I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I might use one for peas and grow peas in them. And then the other one, I don't know. I might keep the other one as another filter and put it slightly underground so you can't see it, and have it as some form of skimmer. But that will be done probably in a week or so, once I've had this one here working and I've got it the way I want.